I am Honorable Richard Tinadi, the founder and the CEO of SWIFTtrip. And in this series of today's lecture, we'll be giving a preview of what SWIFTtrip entails. All about SWIFTtrip, you get to understand it. And you'll get to understand where we are now developing the business. And then you get to understand how the customers of SWIFTtrip would benefit out of this. And as well, you will understand how the subscribers would benefit out of this. Who are the subscribers? You and I, who come together to build this massive innovation. So what is SWIFTtrip? SWIFTtrip is a decentralized mobility, commerce, and hospitality service providing business. Now, the mobility, commerce, and hospitality, as you will get to understand when I begin to expound it, all of these things are built on the blockchain. That is the decentralization of SWIFTtrip. And one other thing you should take note here is you can't be dealing with something of having a decentralized nature, or you can't be talking about decentralization without talking about globalization. I need to let you know that this is a call to build with us a global business. A global business. It is time you begin to think about living that influence of an economy. So when that economy is crashing, it's like you're crashing with it. Things are stable, it seems as if things are beginning to get stable for you. And so you are so scared of what is to come. Not even coming to you, but what's going to happen to the economy. Because if it crashes, you crash. That is what salary earners face. I'm not saying it's bad to earn salary, but do you know that there are people you introduce to things that is going to alleviate their lives? And they tell you, I am comfortable the way I am. Why? Maybe because the person is earning maybe $1 million salary, $1 million salary, as the case would be, maybe depending on the country you are. They say I'm comfortable, forgetting that a time will come. They will call it inactive days or inactive stage, when the company will tell you your service is no longer needed. That time must come in every person's life. So what are you thinking about then? Someone might look at me as a very young guy, but do you know my drive? I know that a time will come in my life that the strength I have today will no longer be there. When my children are going to tell me that, Daddy, I have so many activities going on, that's why I can't call you. I am so busy with my kids. And they will forget that I poured all my all on them. And now they are responsible of their own children. So, if I understand this, it's a life ahead that no one can escape. What are you planning? Do you know that a man like Obasanjo, let's use Obasanjo for an instance, that owns a system, that he's not the builder of MTN, but he keyed into it. He bought into the idea. Today, whenever you make your recharge cards, your data, he earns. He makes money out of it. Do you know that if he calls his children and say, I need to see you, I need to see you all, they leave everything they are doing to be there. His attention commands audience. He says, I need you, I need to pay attention to me. They pay attention to him. Why? Because something good is going to come out of that meeting. He can decide that all my earning in over 40-something million I earn today, I'm giving it to one of you. The other, I'm giving it to one of you. He blesses their lives. Why? So in such time, you have people around you. Because I know one of the things that kills most persons who are old today is loneliness. My people, build your life. I can't overemphasize on that. build your life by building a system, and you hand over the consciousness of how income comes into your account, or to just how to make ends meet. They call it making ends meet. And you tell the person have been so busy trying to make ends meet, so conscious about the inflow of income, and that person can be so busy doing what he or she doesn't like to do just because of the income that will come at the end of the month. Are you with me? So as you are earning that income today, ensure that you are building, or you are part of something that will take away that focus, that consciousness of how it's coming in. You just hand it over to a system. Someone will be elsewhere. You will never need to know that person, and you will be making so much money. People will pay you for a service you render to people you don't know. Your system does the linkage, and you make money out of it. That's what we're calling you to compute. Then, once we have established this, you can live the life of your dream. You discover that whatever you do at that point of your life, you like doing it. Any person who will be a shareholder in SWIFTtrip or still is paid a salary is doing it out of, maybe if the person is a teacher, doing it out of love for the children. If the person is a preacher, doing it out of love for the sheep and for God. There are many persons who are into ministry today just because of what they can eat. That's why you have so many fake persons. And then even when you have the original, guess what? When they are praying, they are thinking of what will my family eat next? So with that, the prayer is not even connecting. I'm just saying some of these things. However it gets to you, ensure it challenges you to build something that can set your life running on autopilot. So someone will ask, how am I sure that SWIFTtrip will get to that destination where it can put me in that autopilot? How am I sure that this vision will not die at the stage where they are just talking about it? How are you sure? Many persons who would want to get so sure about SWIFTtrip, when you would tell everybody in the world, have you heard about SWIFTtrip? They say, yes, you are the only one who have not heard about it. When everybody has approved to the vision, the opportunity is gone. The opportunity is gone. Anyone who is looking for who to convince him or her to come be part of this global vision and let's build it together, maybe based on what you would see, that person is wasting his time. Every great thing starts from a point where they just talk about it. So the ones who will be with the fear, what if it doesn't work, they must miss it. This is a call to people who would say, oh, so if I own this, if I own that, this can set my life to this kind of standard or a class of living. I give it a try. I give it a try. And if you're trying to be part of SWIFTtrip, ensure that when you are bringing that funds to be part of this, you eliminate that mindset of, let me just give it a try. This is not something we are coming to try. I want to correct somebody's mindset. You might try others, but here we are not trying to succeed. We are coming to build actively. It's like you have a land where you just purchased the land. You set the foundation. When you're building that project, are you building it up to say, let me just build it, so let me see whether it will not crash? You make sure that every brick you put in there is solid. You ensure that every cement and every iron rod you put into that foundation and into the pillars is capable of holding that thing up. So you are not building to try to see whether your building will stand. Are you building on sand, or are you mixing your cement? However, maybe you turn the cement to sand and you say, let me see if this sand can join some sand together, and I can see if I would do away without the cement, I would do without the rods, I would do without every necessary thing I need to do. I will just make use of sand and I build it. Let me try to see if sand will work on it. Is that what you're doing? You ensure that every material you put in there holds that building. You don't build your house trying your luck. You are building on a solid foundation. Whether a person think that maybe I am saying all of this to either, maybe the way I sound at this point, I could be sounding with so much passion, so much strength, so much audacity, and someone would think it's happening to convince him or her. Hello, it's out of passion. If you like it, you like it for yourself. If you don't like it, you don't like it for your own self. I am already an owner of the airport I'm talking about. The ones who have subscribed or who told you about this meeting is already, or they are already owners of an airport, and nothing will take that away from them. Nothing takes it away from them. A man joined the meeting the other day and he said, the CEO is just sounding so that he can convince me. Convince who? Convince what? How much can you bring into SWIFTtrip? First, one unit, $180. You say you have $1,800. We say keep it. All you can invest here is $180 as at today. When it gets to $250, people will beg to say, oh, if I had known, I would have bought it $180. You can no longer buy it $180. Then it will be $250. Is somebody with me? There is no cajoling. There is no sweet talking. We say it as it is. Those who need it will be part of it. Then you go ahead to tell a person the core services of SWIFTtrip, and you say the company is here to build an aviation business. And the person will look around and say, oh, the economy is hard. Oh my God. The economy is hard. Then what are you doing to end the hardship? They say, come and build an airport that will pay you for the rest of your life. You say, economy is hard. If the money that is with me now is just to buy a bag of rice so that I and my children can eat it for a while. That rice will finish. Oh. When it finishes, you will find another money to buy another, because you keep eating. You keep eating. So if that's your last fund with you and you buy a bag of rice, it finishes, will you find another money? Yes. You will find. That's what people don't understand about life. However the hardship is, you will survive. So the thing here is, stop trying to survive. Start living. You were not created to survive, manage and manage. That managing is happening inside your head. And continue to live like that will ensure that you live through life just trying to survive. And you will find yourself that at every time you need that small money to sustain your life and just survive through life, you will find that money. And the person would not know that his existence is under shambles or living a mediocre life, not because there is no availability, but because the person has decided to live in scarcity. You cannot live in scarcity in your mind and live in abundance physically. Your outward life is just a projection of your inward life. Are you getting it? So if you want to be an owner of an airport, it starts with living like that inside of you. Accept it that I can be an owner of an airport. That's where it all starts from. When they tell you SWIFTtrip Airways is coming soon, you can be part of it now. The person would say, I beg you, leave them. Now so that they talk. Airport care. You think it's easy to build airport? For the foreigners watching this, that's Nigerian English. How can you reject the ownership of an airport? You feel you're undeserving of it. What on earth, my people, can ever make you touch it? What on earth can ever make you earn out of it? Nothing. If you manifest the ownership, maybe tomorrow, let's say 10 years, you can boast and say, I own all of these airports owned by SWIFTtrip worldwide. If you can boast that, it was because you accepted it when it wasn't there. You only just manifested it in the 10 years time physically, because you will only project what you have been inside. No difference. You cannot say that we cannot accomplish it and then you can't earn from it. It's not possible. That's why I tell you, you accept it is for your own good. You don't accept it for your own generation. Because tomorrow you will see an aircraft flying. Maybe you go to the airport and then you enter, you see SWIFTtrip. You will remember the name. Maybe out of shock, you just tell your child who is with you, and now that the child is grown up, maybe the child senses the shock. You just staring. The child say, Daddy, what's it? Mommy, what's it? You say, do you know that some years back they told me about this? You mean I'm standing right at the airport of SWIFTtrip? Your child will say, and what does that mean? It's SWIFTtrip. Haven't you heard about it before? You said, do you know that I was supposed to be owner of this airport? The child will first shift from you and say, I don't understand. What are you trying to say, ma? Daddy, what are you trying to say? You said they told me about this thing, but I said it's not going to work. And look at it. If you've already booked ticket, that child will just walk enter he will leave you standing there. Straight up. Because you have dealt severely with that generation. That generation would have access. But because of doubt and unnecessary fear, the person missed it. Missing it is missing out. That generation will not have access. When that child enters that aircraft, the child will earn 2% back as what they pay your customers, which SWIFTtrip has put into this. SWIFTtrip pays that customers. The child will earn, you will earn 2% cashback from the ticket you booked. But there is someone who had it the same time you had it, who will earn his percentage from every ticket, every seat in that aircraft. If it will carry 180 passengers, that person, there is someone who had it at the foundation that will be earning, not just from that aircraft you entered, from every aircraft owned by SWIFTtrip worldwide. And you should understand that when we own these airports, how to the aircraft would come, it shouldn't be a thought to somebody. Once we own the platform, presidents of nations, governors of nations, musicians, celebrities, name them, whatever class, that big business people who are looking for where to put their money would buy aircrafts. A single person will own fleets of aircrafts. Any jet taking off, they are making their money, and you who own SWIFTtrip earns from their resources. That's why I keep telling you, you who's coming to be part of this today, the coming in of these men and women would just simply elevate you into the point of endless greatness. Don't miss it. E-taxi business, the Uber, the boats are there. So it shocks me when people say, SWIFTtrip no go work. How they go take build? How it want take happen? Business that has been there for years. What's there to build an app, to launch an app? If you want to launch this thing and say, I give it this month end, it will launch. SWIFTtrip app will be there. The question is, who go use it? We have 11,000 people plus now. Who will be so happy that it has launched, but that is not the goal. These people, before it will take them to become the trillionaires I talk about here, it will take while. And that figure which I tell you that within a month, SWIFTtrip has performed 2.1 billion users. So that means what took Uber 10 years to fulfill, having together 180 million users in 10 years. Within 3 weeks, we are done with that. 3 weeks of launch. Why? Based on the foundation of the community that SWIFTtrip is launching its business onto. I will get to that point. Don't miss SWIFTtrip. You will be an owner of an e-taxi business globally. You will be an owner of an e-commerce business globally. Amazon is there, Jumia is there already, and they are doing great. Is it the logistics? You will be an owner of a logistic business globally. So when someone look at the e-commerce and say, why is the company putting this one, SwiftMart, into a transportation business? How come? Market and transportation, yes. Do you know that when a person buys from an e-commerce shop, have you thought about what happens next? Transportation sets in. How do I get my laptop, my phone, my bicycle? How do I get these things delivered to me which I've purchased digitally? It's not going to arrive to you through Bluetooth. Neither will it arrive to you because you have data connection. It will arrive by what? Transportation. And that is a massive opportunity in the logistic industry. DHL Ops, they are doing great. Just being rendering service as a third-party companies to the e-commerce platforms out there. And you should know as well that while SWIFTtrip is solving its own business challenges. What do I mean? We are creating the challenge. People buy. It's a challenge. How do we solve it? We make money. So as SWIFTtrip is focused on solving her own, as the logistic industry, Jumia will as well contact SWIFTtrip. Are you aware? Alibaba will make use of SWIFTtrip logistics. Konga will make use of SWIFTtrip logistics. I know you might have not thought about that. Massive opportunity awaits us. Let's build a solid foundation to go global. Our going global will be in a speed of light. As I speak with you, we have shareholders in the United States of America. We have shareholders in Germany. We have shareholders in France. People think we are playing. I've never been to Italy, but as it stands today, if I step my feet into Italy, I have people who will say the CEO of SWIFTtrip is here. They will come to the airport to welcome me. Persons I've never met. How come? The vision. If I go to Turkey, I have people who will welcome me. I've never been there. If I go to the United States, excess crowd are coming to welcome me at the airport. And somebody thinks we are playing. Somebody thinks we are trying to convince him or her. Or somebody think we are struggling. That's another point. People say, it will take so many years. You don't know that what we are doing is to gain instant dominance at the launch of SWIFTtrip. By the time SWIFTtrip is operating in Nigeria, in the United Kingdom, what do you think about the shareholders in the United States? That they will allow SWIFTtrip perform 1 week in Nigeria without SWIFTtrip launching there? What do you think about the shareholders in Italy, the shareholders in France? They will allow SWIFTtrip perform 1 week in the United States without launching there. You know, some people just think that to go international or to go to impact on the continents in the world is difficult. It's not a difficult thing. It's not a difficult thing. The registration we did in the United Kingdom, I only did it to just clear one man's doubt then. He said he lives in the United Kingdom. Do you think it is easy to even register a business in the United Kingdom? I tell you, you cannot. The process is so tedious that this one you are talking about, United Kingdom law. He said, I beg you. He said, I am here. He's a Nigerian speaking. He said, I live here. What I advise you is to just do business in Nigeria. He said, only Nigeria, with what you are coming up with, only Nigeria is available to solve. To make us massive wealth. Just focus on Nigeria. As he was saying it, he thinks he's hyping me by mentioning that. I told the ambassador who took me to that meeting, I said, this man is not seeing where we're going. Please, I exit him. Before he was saying, please, okay, no. I've clicked exit button. You can't call me and you are saying something outside the vision. So you see right here, the Swift Homes. Let's build a global hotel business that as a transportation company, when we convey people by flight, by cars, they have a very good place to stay. And that will be them lodging in trusted and safe environment. On this, we always experience fully booked. Fully booked. We're not building the business to start praying, say, Father, bring patronage. The strength we would have been praying with, that's the strength we are using to build. So what we just say, Father, lead us to the people who would be part of this community and we launch business. So we'll never need to start praying, Father, bring business. So Father, that will happen to people who are running to launch business without the market. Go read some books, you discover that it is best to prepare the market